Hey everyone, it's Hiedi Scott with DIY Happy Black Friday to you. On this video tutorial, we're going to do two projects. We're going to make a Santa sack. This is one I've already made. I'll show you in just a second. And we're going to do two more of these little rolling pin Christmas rolling pins that I made into ornaments for my Christmas tree. So it should be really fun. As you're hopping on, tell me where you're watching from. I love to see that, especially when you're not from the southeast of the United States, which is where I am. Let me know if you have any questions. Let's see. Let me turn this. If you like the things that we do here at DIY, feel free to sprinkle. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me see if I. Whoops. Sorry. Let me just get this pinned and then we'll go on. There we go. Okay, well, I hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I know this year it's a little different, to say the very least. But anyways, I was so thankful for all of you guys this Thanksgiving. That was really, you've just been such a blessing to me this year. Just something to take my mind off of all the everything going on, and I just appreciate you guys so much. So anyways, okay, so let's start with this little kit. It's in the DIY kits, and I put a link down here. It says Heidi's website. If you just click on that and then go to the category of kits, it's called a rolling pin kit, and you can get either fall or winter. What I have here is the fall. So when you get it, you're going to get 3 of these little rolling pins. They come natural. I've painted them, and they come with white paint, okay? So I painted just the barrel of them white. All right, you're gonna get this, this stencil set, let me open it up, with 4 cute little Christmas phrases. And you guys, these are reusable, so you can use these and the chalk paste that you're gonna get, and the squeegee on lots of other Christmas and winter projects, not just these little rolling pins. But let me show you what you get here. And then we'll do them, and I'll give you guys some tips for working with wood. So this is what they look like. Ho, 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 Christmas, joy, and hot cocoa. And I have already done the hot cocoa. I know that somebody is gonna ask me if they're exactly the same as the winter words. And the answer is no, and I wanna show you. They're just a little bit smaller, maybe 20 or 30% smaller. So here's the word Christmas from this set that comes in the rolling pin kit. Here's the word Christmas that comes in the winter words. So I just wanted to let you guys know that up front. I do think that some of the winter words, if you have that set, could be used on these rolling pins. They might be a little bit too big because they might wrap almost all the way around the barrel. But so the first thing I did with these little guys, like I said, they came neutral or natural, not painted at all. They all look like this. I just painted them with 2 coats of white paint. Then they were a little bit rough, so I took some fine sandpaper that was 320, wrapped it around one of these sanding blocks, and I just went over the barrels of them just to smooth it out. Wiped that off, and then I used a little bit of clear wax, only because I'm out of my clear matte sealer spray. I've got to go to Walmart or someplace and pick some of that up. So I just applied a little wax on them and wiped it off with a paper towel, so they're really nice and smooth. You guys ask me this question all the time, and it's a really good question. Why do we either wax or spray a sealer on wood and painted wood before we stencil? The reason is because there's 2 things. Number 1, these awesome little green stencils are super sticky. And sometimes it can be hard to get off of wood and wood that's been painted, even if you fuzz them with your little green fuzzing cloth. But they can be harder to get off. So if you spray them or wax them before you stencil, it makes it a little bit easier. The other thing is that wood fibers, they have a tendency to grab whatever medium you're putting on them and soak it in and then kind of spread it out. Do you like my hand language? And that makes your stencils come out a little bit fuzzy. So if you spray your wood or painted wood, or you use a wax, it kind of closes all that down so that you get a crisper stencil. I hope that makes sense. I didn't used to do that, but now I do it almost all the time. And like I said, I would have done the spray, except I'm completely out of it and I just haven't been to the store to get more. So like I said, you're gonna get a little pouch of chalk paste. You're gonna get one of these new little spreaders, some paint, you're gonna get some ribbon, and then 3 of the little rolling pins. So I thought that we would just do the other 2. Well, you're here with me. Let's see, what do we want to do? Let's do Christmas and let's do ho, ho, ho. Okay, so I just cut these apart and I am going to label them. I'm using a Sharpie on the back. This helps me know, sorry, I can't write and talk at the same time. Helps me know which little backing slip to put them back on. And it also helps me know which side, because that is important. So you could either apply your, put your ribbon on these first before you stencil, or you can wait until after it's dried. I think that's the better thing to do. I'm going to do the ho, ho, ho first. And I want to tell you guys something. If these comments here are in your way, there is a button that you can swipe up, I believe it is, or an arrow that will take them away so they're not right here in front of my hands. It used to be that we just swiped them to the left or the right. I guess that's changed. I don't know, Facebook's always changing. But anyways, that will help so that you can see a little better. And this is my fuzzing cloth right here that we're working on. So I'm gonna take my ho, ho, ho off of the little piece of paper that I labeled, and I'm gonna fuzz it. And how you fuzz it is, if you have the fuzzing towel, you just lay it there. If you don't have the fuzzing towel, you put it on your shirt or your jeans a couple of times, and that reduces the stickiness just a little bit so that they're perfect. And now I'm just gonna lay it on my little rolling pin, and I'm gonna burnish my stencil down really good. I'll show you this up close in just a second. Just wanna make sure there's no bubbles. Okay, and then I'm not gonna cut and open this brand new little pouch of black chalk paste. I'll save this for myself for sometime when I'm traveling and trying to do crafts in a hotel room or something. I'm gonna use my, my jar of black chalk paste instead. You know, I am frugal. I guess that's a good way to put it. Whenever possible, I like to use what I already have, and you know, I hang on to things, I save things, I repurpose them. So I'm gonna hang on to this for the future, and I'll just get into my little pot of black chalk paste that's already open. And I'm just gonna take a little dip of it, and we're literally just gonna push it through the holes on the stencil. So easy. And then I'm gonna try to pull off the big blobs. Okay, I think I got all of it. This is what it looks like. All right, these stencils, I think I already said this, but maybe not, from this DIY kit can be reused on a lot of different projects. So then we're just gonna pull it off. Lay this down. And I'm throwing this into my little tub of water over here. And oh my word, that was absolutely perfect. So I will take a little bit of twine, use whatever you have. If you have some black and white baker's twine, that would be super cute. But I'm just using this natural, this is called polished hemp, and it's from Walmart in the jewelry section. It's my favorite. I use it for almost every single craft I do. But I will just tie it like a little loop, just like this. And then I'll take one of the little bits of ribbon and I'll put a little bow on one side, and it'll be, this will dry quickly. I will probably spray it after I go to the store and get some more, but it'll be permanent and it's gonna be a darling little addition to my Christmas tree. So let's do the other one. And if you have all these supplies, you could certainly use green chalk paste or red chalk paste or whatever you want. We're gonna do the Christmas next. I'm sorry, my dogs are barking at the wind, or maybe there was a car on the street, or who knows, a leaf blew across the front yard. So I just fuzzed it. I think you guys probably saw that. And I'm just gonna lay it on here. I'm sort of eyeballing it to get it roughly centered, you know, between sides. And then I'm gonna really burnish it on. I hope you guys will stay with me because the next thing we're gonna do are the Santa bags. And I'm gonna tell you all about what I ordered from Amazon and what you can do to personalize these and how they can just become a really fun family tradition. So stay with me for a little bit. Okay, I'm trying to get the bubbles out of this. Which, when you're stenciling on a curved surface, you can sometimes get more bubbles on your piece. Let's take this off here. Okay, and we're just gonna get a little dip of our chalk paste. I'm gonna pull it down. Today is, gosh, I'm really shaky today. Today is Black Friday, 2020. It's a day after Thanksgiving, and earlier in the day I posted about a special that Magnolia has. So if you're interested in that, just look back through my feed. If you're watching this some other time, don't get excited because it's one day only. It's only today, Black Friday 2020. So that's what that looks like. And I'm just gonna take it off. And it's perfect. Look how perfect that is. Isn't that cute? These are so easy, and they're so cute to make as ornaments. I'm thinking that there is another way that you could hang them if you wanted. You could also, when you tie your little black ribbon around one edge of it, you could also hook one of the wire Christmas tree ornament hooks through the back of that, and you could use that to hang it up and down, not just this way. But okay, so that is that project, and we were using chalk paste for that. For the next project, we're going to use ink. And let's talk a little bit about that because it's important. And I get this question a lot. I mean, it makes perfect sense to me because I've been in this world for a while. I totally understand it. But if you're new to DIY dreaming or to these crafts, then you're like, what's the difference between chalk paste and ink from Magnolia? Okay, chalk paste always has a black top on it. Not that that's a big deal. Ink is gonna have a white top on it. And ink is meant for ceramics and glass and also for fabric. So when you're using the Magnolia products, the ink works for both ceramics and glass. I combine those two, and fabric, but it has to be heat set to be permanent. Otherwise it stays sort of sticky to the touch. So when I'm all finished, I'll put an image in the comments that shows what the directions are to heat set in the oven for glass and ceramics, and with a hot iron for fabric. It's easy peasy. So I made this before we came live using this new stencil that I just ordered that you can make Santa sacks with. And basically what it says is North Pole Express Delivery. There's Santa and some reindeer. And it says special delivery delivery for. And then there's this silly little box, naughty or nice. And then this area right here, in between these row of snowflakes, I think those are, is meant for you to write the name of the person that is going to be using this Santa sack. And then it says, do not open until December 25th. So you can use some of the alphabet stencils that Magnolia has to put somebody's name in there. You could use one of the ink pens that they have to put the person's name in there. Or I really think you could also just use a black Sharpie marker if you wanted. So to make this one, my friend Jennifer, who's so awesome, she sent me these bags that she ordered last year. And I looked and looked and looked to see where these came from because this color was so cute. And I could not find it on Amazon. So if you are able to find these bags, please let me know so I can share with everyone, because I was not able to find this size. Anyways, it is, let me tell you that because that is important. So you're gonna need a bag if you're making Santa bags that is at least 22 inches long and at least, I'm just thinking about this, $18 inches wide. So this must be 22 by 18. It's the perfect size. I would say that you don't want to go too much smaller than this, okay? And these are just cinch-up bags. So to make this one, I just used the white ink from Magnolia, and look how cute that is. Isn't it darling? I love it. Okay, but what we're going to be using is what I was able to order, and I want to say a couple things about it. I don't know. I think I may not have been paying attention when I placed my order, because look at the size of my bag. It is gigantic. I'll show you the difference. But I'm going to use these because whenever possible, use what you have. That's what I always say. Okay, so look at the difference in size. So I will put my Amazon link where I ordered this because I'm sure they have a smaller size. They weren't expensive at all. They were maybe $3 or $4 a piece. But we're going to use it, okay? And I'm going to show you how to do that using ink. Okay, so I thought that we would use red and black for this project. And I'm going to put my camera way down here. Hey Renee, hey Susan, hey Myra, hi Laura. Let's see who else is on here. I've lost my comments. There we go. Okay, so I'm just gonna take my stencil off. I'm not fuzzing it, all right? Because it makes no sense to fuzz a stencil on fabric when you're going to be stenciling on fabric. So I'm not gonna fuzz it. You don't need to. I am gonna try to get it relatively centered here. Let's just go over just a smidge. And these are great. I don't know how Santa operates in your part of the country or world, but oops, that's not right at all. But with my kids, how Santa always worked was he brought the Santa gifts unwrapped. And I know for other families, he wraps them. And then for some families, he has these Santa bags that he puts the toys for the little girls and boys in. That's close enough to being centered. So that's what we're creating here, and we would label it, like I said. We would label this part right here with the name of the child, and then Santa will put the toys that Santa brings. When he gets to your house, he'll put those toys in this bag with each kid, each person's name on it. Let me tell you this funny story. So my husband grew up in a pretty large family. There were 5 kids. And one year when the boys, there were 4 boys and 1 girl, when the boys were like teens, I think, Santa brought them all leather jackets. Of course, this was a long time ago. Well, Santa labeled them, and my husband came down to view where Santa came in before everyone else was up. And he decided that he liked one of the jackets that belonged to one of his brothers better than the one that Santa had given to him. So he switched it. And his family is hilarious. They're always doing stuff like that. But anyways, this would prevent that from happening, because when Santa puts the toys in here, it's going to be labeled whose bag it is, and he's going to tie it up. So if that's ever a concern at your house. I love traditions, and I think this would be really fun. And it could also be fun for those of you guys who have grandkids that come over, you know, on Christmas Day or in that time period. And maybe Santa's visiting your house also and leaving toys for your grandkids at your house. So that's what I wanted to say about that. Okay, this is thinner fabric. And so I don't want it to bleed from one side onto the other. So I'm just going to put some paper towels inside of it, and that will work just fine. I want them to lay pretty flat. Got the whole. That red bag that I showed you, it was really nice and thick. So I didn't do anything to that to prevent it from bleeding through. But this fabric is definitely thinner. Okay, and I want my paper towels to lay straight. Does it go down far enough? Yes. Okay, so, and I just keep pressing it firm onto this bag. Gosh, you know, these bags, I may end up, because they're so big, I may end up cutting these apart and using them for other craft projects, because I got 4. I don't know. Anyways, it was a good deal. Oh gosh, can I get my ink open? Yes. So like I said, we're going to use the red, which is called True Red, and then the black ink. I need some squeegees, and I need a paper plate, and I need some paper towels. So we are, if you follow DIY Dreaming, you know my whole dilemma about the Christmas tree, that I really wanted to buy a new artificial one this year. And my husband just thought that wasn't a good financial decision for us this year. So I'm gonna honor him as the head of our household, and I'm not gonna get a new Christmas tree this year, but half of the lights don't work. So he is hopefully going this afternoon to just put some white twinkle lights on the whole tree. And then I'm gonna get started putting decorations on. And lots of them I've made this year, just like I did last year. Hey, and you know what? What is one thing that we absolutely have to do here in the next week is I have to show you guys this, and we have to make these for our Christmas trees. You can use any kind of paper. These are champagne cork tassels using sheet music. You can use craft paper, you can use scrapbook paper, you can use old books or new books or anything. This is so easy to make, and I did these a couple times last year and everybody loved them. So we will definitely do that. Those are great tree filler inners, and they cost nothing to make at all. Okay, so where did I put my squeegees? Here we go. Okay, so I think, I have to think about this. I think I'm gonna do this word special delivery here. Can you guys see my hands? In red. And then I think I'll do the do not open until December 25th in red, and everything else I'm going to do in black. Yeah. Okay. And let's do the red first so I don't forget. So this is what it looks like. And I'm going to not go too crazy with the amount of ink that I use. And I'm going to try not to keep going over the same area over and over again. I'm going to put this down a little bit further. Let's do the special delivery. You do want to move, you know, kind of quick because you don't want the ink to get all dried in your stencil holes. Oh no. Oh no, I was going to do that. Like, did I mess up already? So when I am finished with this, I'm going to pronto hop right off because it's too big for me to put it in this little tub. And I want to be able to use the stencil for lots of different things. So, so you want to wash them when you're working with ink very promptly. Okay, there's part of it. Let's scooch down a little bit further and do the do not open until December 25th. And then later I'll get pictures of everything and I will put those in the comments. And I will hop on as soon as I get off and answer all your questions and say hi to everybody that says, hey, I love that. I don't know about you guys, but I'm really starting to feel like I know a lot of you. And I do, actually. I am really getting to know those of you that are on with me frequent and that have conversations with me through Facebook. I love it. Okay, so I think I've covered all of that. Put this over here, and let's whip out our black. You do want to pay attention because if you go outside of the lines of your stencil on a fabric like this, you're going to have a very hard time getting the blob up if you make a mistake. And that's I do tend to do that a lot. And try not to put my sleeve into the ink. I'm just getting the really thick blobs off. And we'll do this part. So I bet if we had these bags for Santa when my kids were younger and he came every year, that he would have loved it. It would be great. A great way for Santa to leave presents for the kids. I cannot wait for the one day when my kids have kids. And I know a lot of you guys have grandkids and you're getting to enjoy all that right now. Maybe not as much as normal with COVID. I don't know how many of you guys are able to get together with family or not, but I just cannot wait for that. To have little ones at Christmas time again. Oh, sounds so wonderful to me. But my married son is just starting his career and they're both young. So we don't think they'll do the kid thing right away. So it's going to be a while. Okay, I think I've covered pretty much everything. Like I said before, as soon as I pull this up, I'll show you what it looks like and then I'm going to hop off. So if you want to look at this stencil or anything else, or if you want to know a little bit more about the Black Friday thing going on with Magnolia, let me know in the comments. If you want a direct link, let me know that too. If you want to make sure that you see the live videos and the craft project pictures that I'm posting, check to make sure that you've liked and followed DIY Dreaming and engaged with me. That's the special trick. that I've learned with Facebook. So give me some hearts, or over here, or hearts or thumbs up, or say something to me. It can be a legit question. It could be something silly like yesterday or the day before. I said you could say something like abracadabra. And several of you guys said that in the comments. I thought it was so cute. So anyways, those are the things that determine the algorithms that Facebook uses to decide who they're gonna serve my content, my videos to. And if you don't engage and you don't like or follow this page, DIY Dreaming, Facebook assumes that means that you don't like it and you don't want to get it. So that's the solution. All right, I'm gonna take a quick little peek. It looks good. Oops, I see a spot. Could use just a teeny bit more ink. And I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna say goodbye as soon as I get it pulled up and get a chance to show it to you. And then I'm gonna run to my sink and wash out one of my new favorite stencils. So thanks for joining me. Oh, this is so cute. Hope that you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Oh, it's perfect. Okay, I don't know if I can hold this up without messing it up. But that is what it looks like. I will, no, don't mess it up. I'll get pictures. I'll put them in the comments. Let me know if you have any questions or want a direct link. And I'm going to say goodbye for now. I'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow. All right. Thanks for watching. Bye.